Hello everybody, I'm Captain, and welcome to Gaming Paradise today's walkthrough. Today's showcase is the first boss of Act 6 Chapter 3, Medusa. Come on guys, let's check her out first. So, first of all, she has an extremely high health pool of around 412k hit points. If we check her abilities, we can only mention the signature ability Living Strength, which makes her auto-block. But the rest of her abilities are actually just defensive, which aren't very interesting fighting against her. But more important, if we take a look to her active buffs from the local node. The first and most important node for us is the Do You Bleed node. We can only harm her with bleeding effects. The next one is a pretty weak version of a buffet, but at this health pool it still regenerates about 20k health points, which is a lot. But in my case, as I'm fighting with Warlock, it doesn't really matter. We can mostly ignore the third node Fury. The fourth node, Counter-Strike, is a very important node. Every time we use Dexterity, we will get a Fury buff, which enhances our damage. Sounds actually quite good till that point, but reaching the 10th Fury buff, all are getting cleaned, and Medusa receives an unblockable buff for 15 seconds, which makes her with nearly every champ hard to fight. Explosive Personality is the fifth node, and in combination with her auto block is pretty annoying. Each 5 hits during her block we receive a burst damage of 25% max health, if we don't nullify her armor up buffs. The last one is a benefit for us, Bleed Vulnerability, as she receives 200% more bleeding damage. Alright then guys, what you thinking? Which champions can we consider to defeat her, or even able to one-shot her? First of all, the list won't be complete. For sure I forgot one or more champions which are able to defeat or even one-shot her. Let's start with the science champions. Which champions cause bleed? Captain America Infinity War. I didn't try it yet, but honestly, the bleed of his first superpower is pretty good. He's got a high block proficiency, so he can parry heavy attack combo the whole fight long and always hit her with the first superpower. He doesn't get any active buffs, so yes, definitely possible to defeat her, and I guess possible to one-shot her as well. Actually, there are some more champions who cause bleed, but in my opinion, they are not strong enough. Let's continue with the skill champions. Killmonger. Killmonger will need a lot of hits, but he has True Strike, so the auto block is no problem at all, which also makes the Counter-Strike node pretty useless, as he can intercept her all the time, even if she's unblockable. Not my favorite one, but yeah, definitely able to one-shot her. Nick Fury, he deals tons of bleeding damage and has got a second life with an even more enhanced damage boost, so yeah, definitely a one-shot choice. Especially in this class, there are lots more of bleed dealing champions, but yeah, I wouldn't use any of them for this fight. The next category, mutant champions, a lot of bleed dealing champions, but in my opinion, only 2 champions really are worth using. Archangel, yes, don't underestimate him. We can exploit that she's immune to poison, so he will cause a lot of bleed debuffs with his heavy attack. He gets no buffs and deals with a little luck a lot of damage. I know people one-shotting Medusa with a buffed rank 5 Archangel. So the next one is Domino. She's luck based as we all know, but if she hits some critical bleed, that's it for Medusa. As she's luck based, I wouldn't choose her, but yes, definitely not the worst choice you could do. If you look at the Cosmic Champions, I actually can't recommend any of those. Gamera, Drax, Medusa, in my opinion, they're all too weak. Venom would be a possibility, but he gets too many buffs, so Medusa is regenerating the whole time. So I wouldn't use any of them. So if we look at the tag champion, it's only just one champ. As you can see, I'm going to use him, but honestly, he's an absolute beast in that fight. Warlock. After 20 contacts, she will be infected by his virus and won't be able to heal. Best performing on suicide masteries. Forget about any other champion in this class. So if you go for Mystic champions, Symbiont Supreme would be a good choice. One of the best choices, definitely. First of all, he deals tons of bleeding damage. He nullifies her furry and armor ups, so she rarely auto blocks, and she won't be able to get to 5 armor ups to deal the burst damage. And then, you just have to use the superpower 3, and it's definitely going to be a one-shot on rank 5. As I said before, there are actually some more champions who are interesting for this fight, but let's take a look again. There are 3 outstanding champions which should be considered as the most valued champions. First of all, Symbiont Supreme. Second one, Warlock. And third one, Nick Fury. Of course, it's only my personal opinion, but I think with all these champions, you're definitely gonna get one shot for sure. All of these champions do benefit a lot from the Mastery Deep Wounds. Of course, this would make the fight a lot easier, but it's actually not needed to defeat her. So guys, just to let you know, on this account that I'm playing right now, I've got full suicide masteries, but no deep wound skills. So let's see what's gonna happen. I don't suggest to buy any special boosters, because they aren't really necessary for this fight. And as I don't have the deep wounds, I will use full booster to guarantee that one shot. Instead, if we would have deep wounds on 5 and suicide, that fight will be a lot easier and you don't need to buff that much. By the way guys, for this fight, I would highly recommend to bring Cable with you for the synergy. This will guarantee you the active virus all over the fight. Alright then, let's continue with the fight. So guys, let me confess, the fight is actually going to be pretty easy. We just want to parry and heavy her all the time. Parry and heavy, parry and heavy, parry and heavy. The heavy attack deals that bleed damage. I will aim all the time the superpower 3, no damage caused by recoil, leading to a huge power loss over time, and nice side effect, healing me slightly.
3, 2, 1, fight!
As you can see, usually she would receive 3 shards of that perfection, but because of the Cable synergy brings in a chance of 50% per charge to cause another charge, possible 6 charges per parry. Perfect! That's the fighting style we want! She's using her superpower 1 at a distance, so we don't have to use dexterity to dodge, so Counter Strike won't lead to any fury. So guys, before using the superpower 3, we definitely make sure she filled some power already, so we don't waste the power loss. By the way, it's not needed that you hit any of the 5-star benefits, as she won't receive any damage from that move, and never use that superpower 3 next to her superpower 3. If she has 3 bars, you might have bad luck and she uses instantly superpower 3 before the first tick of the power loss occurs. Oh my god, that Warlock Superpower 3 is fucking awesome. Ultimate design, I love it. So, a tip for the pros: if you're pretty comfortable with Medusa, keep back at the right distance and you can use your heavy attack without parrying her. Same counts for her heavy attack. If you miss the right moment to parry her, the worst case is to panic and massive dodge back, as you will receive a lot of furry buffs. Stay calm, take as many block hits as you need, get focused and dodge back in the right moment. Don't worry, you won't trigger dexterity, and then catch her with the next parry. So honestly, I have to say, she has a very easy fighting style in this fight. I also had fights against her where she had been insanely aggressive and not using any superpower till I'm standing right in my corner. But for me, it's always good to avoid her superpower too, as she's dashing forward a bit and often you trigger dexterity. Even in the best fight, don't get greedy. The fight is over if she's dead. And always keep your Fury charge in mind and try to avoid the worst case, getting 10 of them. KO! That's it! As you can see, I have more than enough health left. Even with the rank 4, it should be able to get a one-shot with deep ones and boosts. Maybe even with a rank 3? Ha 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 ha. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And don't miss our next walkthrough when we beat Nick Fury. Any questions or reviews? Post them in the comments below. See you next time, your Captain.